Well, good morning. It is Monday, February the 9th, and we are looking to share our scripture for next Sunday. Our scripture lesson for next Sunday is a story of the Transfiguration from the Gospel of Matthew. We'll be sharing Matthew chapter 17, verses 1 through 9, and we'll be sharing it in the New Revised Standard Version, the King James Version, the version of Shakespeare, the Pirate Bible, something new we're adding for our younger members, for those who like to hear scripture in a different voice, because I do. It kind of gives it a different perspective. And finally, from Eugene Petersen's The Message. First, from the New Revised Standard Version, which is the version that we use in our pews. It is the version of our denomination generally, the Presbyterian Church, USA. Matthew 17, beginning at verse 1. 6 days later, Jesus took with him Peter and James and his brother John, and led them up a high mountain by themselves. And he was transfigured before them, and his face shone like the sun, and his clothes became dazzling white. Suddenly there appeared to them Moses and Elijah talking with him. Then Peter said to Jesus, "Lord, it is good for us to be here. If you wish, I will make 3 dwellings here, one for you, one for Moses, and one for Elijah." While he, Peter, was still speaking, suddenly a bright cloud overshadowed them, and from the cloud a voice said, "This is my Son, the Beloved. With him I am well pleased. Listen to him." When the disciples heard this, they fell to the ground and were overcome by fear. But Jesus came and touched them, saying, "Get up and do not be afraid." And when they looked up, they saw no one except Jesus himself alone. As they were coming down from the mountain, Jesus ordered them, "Tell no one about the vision until after the Son of Man has been raised from the dead." So that is the voice of the scripture we use today. And now the voice of scripture that Shakespeare would have known. Matthew 17, beginning at verse 1 from the King James Version. And after 6 days Jesus taketh Peter, James, and John his brother, and bringeth them up into a high mountain apart, and was transfigured before them, and his face did shine as the sun, and his raiment was white as the light. And behold, there appeared unto them Moses and Elias talking with him. Then answered Peter and said unto Jesus, "Lord, it is good for us to be here. If thou wilt, let us make here 3 tabernacles, one for thee, and one for Moses, and one for Elias." While he, Peter, yet spake, behold, a bright cloud overshadowed them, and behold, a voice out of the cloud which said, "This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased. Hear ye him." And when the disciples heard it, they fell on their faces and were sore afraid. And Jesus came and touched them, and said, "Arise, and be not afraid." And when they had lifted up their eyes, they saw no man save Jesus only. And as they came down from the mountain, Jesus charged them, saying, "Tell the vision to no man until the Son of Man be risen again from the dead." And now we have the fun, because I think this is going to be fun, of adding in the Pirate Bible. After 6 days Jesus took Peter, James, and John his brother, and led 'em up a tall mountain, just the 4 of 'em. His face did blaze as the sun, and his garb shone as bright as the light, and he shimmered afore 'em. And lo, Moses and Elias appeared afore him, jabbing right together. Then answered Peter and said unto Jesus, Captain, it be a boon we be here. If ye wish, let us make here 3 shanties, one for thee, and one for Moses, and one for Elias. While he still spoke, what did me eye spy but a glistening cloud upon him, and a voice that came from the cloud, saying, This be my favourite scallywag, my heart yearns for him, hear him ye shall. When the crew heard it, they dropped to the deck and were terror struck. And Jesus came and gave him a tap, and he said, rise up and don't be scared, mates. Ahoy, they lifted their peepers, and there was no one but that old Jesus. As they sailed away from the mountain, Jesus commanded them, saying, Don't speak of the vision till the Son of Man rises from the dead. Yes, I can't help the voice. I have a feeling King James is eventually going to slip into something akin to a Monty Python type English accent. But not today. Our final version is from The Message, the remix by Eugene Petersen, The Bible in Contemporary Language. Again, chapter 17, verse 1 of Matthew. 6 days later, 3 of them saw that glory. Jesus took Peter and the brothers, James and John, and led them up a high mountain. His appearance changed from the inside out right before their eyes. Sunlight poured from his face. His clothes were filled with light. Then they realized that Moses and Elijah were also there in deep conversation with him. Peter broke in, Master, this is a great moment. What would you think if I built 3 memorials here on the mountain? One for you, one for Moses, one for Elijah. While he was going on like this, babbling, a light, radiant cloud enveloped them, and sounding from deep in the cloud a voice. This is my Son, marked by my love, focus of my delight. Listen to him. When the disciples heard it, they fell flat on their faces, scared to death. But Jesus came over and touched them. Don't be afraid. When they opened their eyes and looked around, all they saw was Jesus. Only Jesus. Coming down the mountain, Jesus swore them to secrecy. Don't breathe a word of what you've seen. After the Son of Man is raised from the dead, you are free to talk. And this is the word of the Lord. I would invite you to read that passage again throughout the week as we approach Sunday. I would invite you to take time to pray about the vision that has been given to us here, and to remember that Jesus lives for us. And in our story, that is our delight and our focus for this coming Sunday. May God bless you. Know the peace of the Lord and the joy from the First Presbyterian Church here in Merchantville.